Good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host and sole commentator for today. My name is Sean Madden, also known as Floor Genius Gaming on Twitch, and welcome to week 3 of the FRL Taco Tuesday Season 10 Tier 1 division. We are in the southeast of England in Kent for the race at Brands Hatch Circuit. Tonight we are bringing you a 15-minute qualifying session ahead of an hour-long race for the 20-plus drivers we have on show today. Weather conditions, it's looking a little bit hit and miss right now. Certainly drier than on Sunday for the sprint series that I normally do comms on, where the drivers were faced in horrendous conditions. Fingers crossed for the drivers tonight, it's better than that night. Anyone that is from the UK will know, of course, the weather can change on a sixpence, so we'll have to see what happens tonight. But before we get into that though, guys, let's take you to the driver standings to see how the drivers are faring after 2 rounds. So, just bear with me. So, leading the pile at the moment is Zdeněk Vortel. Now, I know through the sprint series on Sunday, he has been very dominant through that championship where he's actually won 4 in a row. In Taco Tuesday, however, he is also top of the pile with a first and second position and currently leading by 2 points over Mauro Bergentin. Hopefully I said that right, who is in P2 with a third and a first place. Then we've got Mauro Arsencio in P3, that is 10 points behind P2 there, or 12 points behind the leader, with a second and 8th position. In 4th place, we've then got Jeffrey Godefroy with 60 points, 2 6th positions for him so far. Nikola Busov is in P5 with a 10th and a 5th with 56 points, who is actually joint 5th actually with Ben Milden, who has 11th and a 3rd position to his name on the same points, 56 points. Then we've got Robbo Fernker in P7 with a 4th and a 13th to give him a 52 points in the championship. Then we've got Will Friedman in P8 with 47 points, 12th and a 7th finish there. Then we've got Matteo Di Stefano in P9 with a 5th and then a 25th, so a disastrous round in Imola to give him 38 points. And then rounding up the top 10, we've got Morgan Grace on 36 points, who is level with Melvin Crows with 36 points. So that is the standings so far after 2 rounds. So guys, I have got a track guide or a lap demo to show you guys. Hopefully it's a track that could be a track guide that could be helpful for anyone that is new to the game or new to Brands Hatch. It's certainly a lap that I was pretty happy with. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy. But let's take you to the track guide then. So we are using the McLaren 720S Evo car here as we approach turn 1 for Paddock Hill Bend. We're looking for the orange side on the left-hand side, just after the brake sign on the left. We want to get as close to the apex as possible in 3rd gear. Try not to go too wide on the exit. And then coming up to turn 2 at Druids, we're looking for the orange board just before the arch and the shadow, braking down into 1st gear, trying to get as close to the apex as possible and not drift out too wide on the exit. Coming up to Graham Hill Bend, turn 3, we're looking for the orange board or the 1 board on the right hand side, and then we want to be aiming the car towards the curb on the right, then turning it in 2nd gear and not going too wide on the exit because that will be track limits. Then coming up to 30s for turn 4. We're braking kind of between the one board and the orange board highlighted there on the right hand side. It's down to second gear. The car does like to get a bit oversteery in this section, so try and balance the throttle and get a good exit. The better the line, the earlier you can get on the power for the straight. And then it's down the hill up to 5th gear. And coming up to Hawthorne Bend for turn 5, we're looking for the orange board on the right hand side there. Braking down to 4th gear, try to hug the apex and not go too wide on the exit. Then for turn 6 for the Westfield Bend, again we're looking for the orange board on the right hand side. Little dab of the brakes, go over the curb, and you can extend the track limits a little bit over that curve there. Then coming up to Sheen's curve, where any one of them two boards, left or right, little dab of the brake over third gear, in third gear, sorry. It's a blind crest. It's quite a difficult corner, and also quite hard to keep control of the car there. Then we come up to Sterling's for turn 9, and it's that orange board there, little dab of the brakes down to second, and again try to keep it on circuit, not too wide there. Down Clearways and coming up to Clark Curve, we're looking for the board on the left hand side, just kind of braking just before that, get a good apex, and then try to use the whole width of the circuit, and then that is a lap around Brands Hatch, and we get a 1 minute 24.5. So I think it's a pretty reasonable time there, but nevertheless, I expect these drivers to go a lot quicker tonight. Now, qualifying is already underway. We have got 11 minutes of qualifying to go. So just about in time, but we do have a little bit of rain actually, guys. And this is what I was alluding to at the start of the race was, start of the broadcast, that there could be some rain on the horizon, and it's not disappointed at Brands Hatch. But so far we've got Luke Prentice in the lead with a 1 minute 29.062. Let me just get chat open. Just bear with me. And welcome, guys. There should be game sound now. Should be game sound. Can you hear the game sound okay? Oh, okay. I'm looking back on the chat. That was at 8:06. Obviously, there wasn't a broadcast then. Or am I looking at the wrong chat? Hold on a second. I'm looking at the wrong chat. Hold on a second. Of course, I opened up the wrong chat there, guys. I was on Formula Racing League TV, not PS5, so my apologies. Is it quiet? Is it still? Right, okay, let me turn it up. Is that better, guys? Hopefully that's better. I was looking at chat and I was like, hold on a minute, that was half an hour ago, what? Pro streamer here, but Hazard Baldwin, Bill Mobo, and the legend 00 Raven as well. Hopefully you're all doing fantastically well, and slight technicals in where I am, but hopefully now everything is all good, and we can start concentrating on qualifying. So we've got Morex in the lead at the moment. He's sitting pretty with a 1 minute 28.2. There is a little bit of rain. It's not really raining too much, but you know, it is quite a greasy circuit. It remains to be seen if they are actually on the wet tyres or the slicks. But yeah, I would imagine they're at least 5 seconds down on what they normally would be producing here. Also, let me get my keyboard as well, so I can sort out my view. Yeah, sorry, Bill. I was literally rushing about to try and get everything prepared for tonight. So, yeah, my apologies on that one, mate. I mean, mate, if you could do me a favour, Bill, if you could you should be able to put a post in. If you copy and paste the link in this stream, then maybe you'd be able to put it in my Discord, mate, and it may get a few people interested. But yeah, thank you, Bill. I appreciate you, mate. So we got Morex on the pole position at 1 minute 28.2. Now, if the rain continues to come down, that time may be quite difficult to beat. However, we have got a new driver, I see, called Mr. White Smurf. Now, he is 51,000th of a second sitting in the pits. There is 7 minutes to go. Does he believe that that is the fastest he can go? Or is he having a slight toilet break at the moment? We've got Godfroy, I think is how you pronounce it, in P3 at the moment, is just over 2 tenths behind. So that will be a 1 minute 28.475. And yeah, you can see how much he's struggling. Very greasy circuit, not able to get on the power as soon as they would like. And obviously, when we're looking at the weather, it's looking like the weather is not going to change at this point. We have got, well, up into 15 minutes, it's still going to be raining. So, not ideal conditions for the drivers, of course. Not sure what I've done with what have I done with it? But yeah, very tricky circuit on a dry day, to be honest. It is 9 turns. I counted 10 turns on my track guide because I thought Dingo Dell was counted as the 7th turn. It turns out they don't count that as a turn. So it's actually 9 turns at Brands Hatch. And I've kind of lost my notes because I've forgotten how long this track is. I swear I had it with me. I think it's roughly about 3 miles long, though, this circuit. But yeah, we've also got a new driver in P4, or new to me at least anyway. Saunzer, SWR Saunzer, in the pits at the moment with a, well, he's just under half a second behind. Morex has actually gone a little bit quicker now with a 1 minute 28.017. So drivers can go a little bit quicker, but it's not easy though, I have to say. And with 5 minutes remaining, oh, it's going to be, if they're going to put in a lap time, they're going to have to do it very, very soon. Let's take you through the field. So Lord is also in the pits, 6 tenths down on the leader. Then we've got Busov in P6, 7 tenths down. Expecting good things from Busov, of course, from the Sprint Series on Sundays. Very, very good driver. We'll see if he can improve. In fact, he does improve. He has gone level with the pole sitter with a 1 minute 28.017. It strikes again the exact split. Didn't think I'd ever see that again, but Busov has matched Morex's time of 1:28.017. Then we've got Critico just come across the line with a better lap time into P3, 1.5 tenths off of the top 2 there. We've also got Sky Adrian as well, half a second down in P7. We got Van der Waal going wide out of Sheen's curve. Always forget the name of that. Turn 8 that is, or turn 7 officially. So yeah, he's not going to improve. Then we've got Robbo Fernker in the pits to round up the top 10 at the moment. Vortel is the big surprise at the moment. Currently in P11, he's also leading the championship. I do suspect that qualifying is key to getting a good result today, because it is a very difficult place to pass on, especially in tricky conditions as well. So Vortel are down into P12 at the moment, so not looking too rosy for him. We've got Will Friedman in P13, just under a second off of the leading time. And in fact, Morex has gone quicker. 1 minute 27.955. So the first driver to dip beneath the 1 minute 28 there. Going further down the grid, we've got MGK 1 second adrift in P14. Brandon Glover just over a second off of the top time in P15. Then we got Moggs. So actually, same split between Brandon and Moggs in P15 and 16. So yeah, actually, it's happened again. Then we got Luke Prentice, who miraculously didn't qualify in the sprint series on Sunday. However, managed to get a third place and a second place. Of course, 20-minute race and a 40-minute race. I've never ever seen that before. Now, of course, he did get a little bit lucky because there was a lot of accidents on track for the sprint series, because it was a complete and utter downpour. So I was expecting Prentice to do a little bit better here. However, he has proven before that qualifying from the back, it doesn't matter to him. He can make up lots of positions. So we'll definitely be looking out for him in this race. Of course, tonight is a 60-minute race, so a lot can happen in an hour of racing, especially in these greasy conditions. We've also got Flying Frame in P18, Thomas in P19, and Postal in P20, with two drivers not putting in a time at the moment. So Morex sitting in the pits at the moment. So can Busov, can he leapfrog Morex and get that all-important pole position? Well, we ride on board with him now. We're just coming up to the last corner, the Clark curve. Can he improve his time here? It's not looking likely. No, he is slower. So Morex, for the time being, will be on pole position. Although actually Busov has got one more lap to go actually, so maybe he can leapfrog Morex, but we'll see. We've also got Critico as well, 2 tenths down, so actually he's getting very close at the top. We've got Godefroy only half a second down. He will be able to get one more lap in. He's currently in P6. No, he's not going to go quicker there. So remains in P6 for the time being. I think we need to remain on board with Busov or Smurf, who is closer. I think it's Busov, isn't it? No, it's White Smurf. So we'll remain on board with Mr. White Smurf then. So these two are very close together. So Busov is just behind White Smurf. So if White Smurf doesn't improve, we will cut to Busov. But currently in P3, not even a tenth behind Morex on pole position. Can he get this all-important... Oh, he looked like he went a little bit sideways there, but... Yes, he does go on pole. 1 minute 27.8, and here comes Busov as well. and it's 1:28.0. So Mr. White Smurf qualifies on pole position, 1 minute 27.802. What a great last lap that was from Mr. White Smurf. And we've got Law as well, who is just under half a second down. We've got 237. Who's that? 237. That is Frying Frame. So we'll remain on Law. Then let's see if he can improve. Maybe even get a pole position time. He's looking quite good at the moment. This is going to be tight. And Law goes up into P2. Wow. Saving the best to last. Wow, that is so damn impressive. That last lap for a few of the drivers there. Superb driving. But you, Mr. White Smurf, is the pole sitter with a 1 minute 27.802. In fact, let me go to the garage and go to the actual timetables there. So Law will be in P2 with a 1:27.905. So just 1/10 separating the top two, with Morex unfortunately being in the pit has to accept a third position there with a 1 minute 27.955. Then we got Busov in P4 with a 1 minute 28.017. Critico in P5 with a 1 minute 28.172. Then we got Vortel. So Vortel did improve in the end, but only could get P6. 1 minute 28.202 for him. Then we've got Godefroy, and I'm pretty sure I said his name wrong there, but he's in P7 with a 1 minute 28.475. Then we got Saunders in P8 with a 1 minute 28.507. That is followed by MGK in P9 with a 1 minute 28.527. Then we got Sky Adrian rounding up the top 10 with a 1 minute 28.555. So literally about 51,000th of a second separating the three drivers, 8th, 9th and 10th. Then we've got Ben Milden with a 1:28.6. So you can see how close these times are. But yeah, let's just read further down. We've got Van der Vool in P12, Moggs in P13, Prentice in P14, Will Friedman in P15. Then we've got Robbo Furker in P16, Brandon Glover in P17, Thomas in P18, Frying Frome in P19, Postal in P20. Then we got Pospisil in P21 and Ghost Assassin at the back of the pack, who didn't set a lap time. So looking at the track conditions at the moment, it is damp, but there is more rain on the way. So yeah, this is going to be a really, really tricky race for the drivers, and full concentration is needed. Looking at chat, Kai, welcome to the stream, by the way, mate. I really appreciate you coming in. Of course, I know that you're busy with the Bib and Dribble League tonight, so if you can still hear me, good luck in your race tonight, and apologies that I couldn't be there. And also, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you posting that. Hopefully, we can get more people in the chat. But I do appreciate all of you being in at the moment. Smurf, very, very quick driver. Yes, you are right there, Raven. Absolute fantastic last lap from him. And considering that he is supposed to be, the red, meaning the amateur, I believe, or pro-ams. Well, he's not classed as a pro anyway. He's kind of shown up all the drivers, hasn't he? He's shown up all the pros with that sensational last lap from him. And also Saunders as well, doing really well in P8. And it does show you that in these types of conditions, anything can happen. Let's get you right on board. Right, okay. So, yeah, we've got a 2-minute sort of pause for now whilst we wait for the formation lap to happen. I'm still don't know what I've done with my notes. Absolutely no idea where I've put them. I thought I had them in front of me. It seems like I've lost them somehow. I don't know how. Yeah. Guys, if you were to put any bets on, who would you go for? Do you think White Smurf could win the race here? With that, you know, absolute stonking lap in quali, do you think that Smurf has got a good chance of winning? Or is there any other driver in this field that you know, feel that have got a great chance, or, you know, do not write off? Because I believe that Vortel, being top of the championship in Tacker Tuesday, also top of the championship in the Super Sprint Series, honestly, the man can't put a foot wrong. So I still think that Vortel has got an excellent chance, but we do know with the Brands Hatch circuit, it's not really many decent passing opportunities. Maybe you could go for turn one, especially if drivers do make a mistake. Traction could be an issue. Maybe turn two at Druids. And maybe the last turn, Clark Curve, possibly, but it's a very difficult circuit to make passes on, so it could be... yeah, I think drivers will be relying on driver mistakes to make passes. But yeah, hopefully with obviously a 60-minute race, hopefully the drivers will be wary and not, you know, absolutely sending it on the first lap. We will see, but the formation lap is about to go ahead. And yeah, there's Mr. White Smurf pulling away in that sort of, almost looks like a Jamaican Ferrari livery there, the yellow, green and black. I do like that. But yeah, of course, two Ferraris on the front row as well. So perhaps the Ferrari's good in the wet or in the damp conditions here at the Brands Hatch circuit. We got Morex in the McLaren. We've got Busov in the Porsche. And then we got two other McLarens in Critico and Vortel on the third row. Then we got Godefroy. And I hope I've said that name right. But yeah, he is sort of the first placed BMW in P7. Then we've got Sunza, sorry, Godefroy and Sunza on row 4, Sunza in the Porsche. Then we've got MGK and Sky Adrian, Ferrari and Porsche to boot on the 5th row. Also, big shout out to Ben Milden. I've heard some really good things from Ben Milden, so we'll definitely be looking out for him. He's the BMW 46 car. Drovda, welcome as well, mate. How you doing, mate? Hope all is well with you. We're right off Prentice. Yes, exactly, Bill. That is a very, very good point. So Prentice qualifies in P14 here. Now, I mean, if Super Sprint Sunday was anything to go by, surely Prentice should be looking for the win here, because he was qualifying in P22 and getting third and second place. So surely a race win here. We will see, but there are 22 excellent drivers in this tier, of course. This is tier 1. There's also a tier 2 and 3 race going on at the same time, so good luck to them as well. But our main focus tonight is for tier 1. So let's get the right on board as drivers shuffle for position. So just approaching the start finish line to start round 3 at Brands Hatch. Can we get a clean start? Just waiting for the green lights. Green light. It's green and it's go, go, go! And Law cuts in front of Morex. So, there's contact! Big contact between Law and Morex as they go off the track. And Morex is going to actually get the lead then. Getting very, very lucky from the big bit of contact at turn 1. Law going really deep on the brakes and going into the back of White Smurf. So there is, as we wait for the leaderboard to resume itself, we have got a new leader in Law, and then we've got, because I can't see it at the moment, I think it's Busov just behind in P2, and then Critico in P3. Fortel is up into P4 with Godefroy in P5, and then we've got Salzer and MGK. No, that is not him, because that is, I am pretty sure. Oh, maybe it is Salzer then. So Saunzer kind of confusing me with his livery there. So Saunzer made the move on MGK. MGK under all sorts of pressure from Adrian. On the outside, though, he's going to have to be very, very brave. And he's nearly gone wide. And then, meanwhile, Van der Waal might get the opportunity to sweep past Adrian into P8. And yes, he does. What a great move there. And very opportunistic move from him. So Adrian slips down when it looked like he had the move done on Saunzer, but then we've also got Luke Prentice up 4 positions into the top 10, looking to make some moves and looking to stick his nose in, but he's not going to go for that for now. So Prentice will have to pull back for now, or stay in the slipstream of Adrian in P9 and Prentice in P10, whilst we got Ben Milden also looking for a move. There's a big train of cars behind, so it is all going off right now. But let's have a look at the leaders for now. So we've got Morex with a 2-second lead over Busov, so a lightning start there for Morex over Busov in P2. Then we've got Critico in P3, Vortel in P4, a little bit more spaced out with the drivers there. We've got Saunzer that is under all sorts of pressure now from MGK, who is in P7, looking to grab that P6 away from Saunzer. And Saunzer goes wide as well. Saunzer goes wide. MGK up the inside to take P6, and Saunzer's going to lose even more time going wide. That means that Van der Waal will close the gap and put more pressure on poor Saunzer, and he does go wide again. So Van der Waal does go up the inside, and Saunzer has lost 2 positions in 2 corners, with Prentice now leading a train just behind Saunzer. So yes, if Saunzer's not too careful, he's going to lose many positions in the coming lap. Pit window is open at the moment. We've got 2 mandatory pit stops that the drivers will have to take. So we will see what types of strategies these drivers have, and who comes in and who doesn't at what times during this hour-long race. But look at that long train of cars that is stretching all the way down into P16, is it? It's quite a train. It's quite a train. But yeah, there we go. And there's Prentice now. Prentice looking for the inside at Surtees there, but decides to back out for now, bide his time. He's going to have the slipstream to Saunzer, so may try to make a move in the coming corners as we approach Westfield, isn't it? So Westfield curve, here we go. Yep, turn 6. So actually you can also count Van der Waal in this train of cars. One mistake could lose everything for these drivers. So full concentration needed. Of course, the track, very greasy conditions. Good temperature though, 26 degrees is not too bad considering it's raining. But yeah, pretty tricky conditions here for the drivers. Now, we will probably need to stay on board here because there is quite a few cars within, you know, tenths of each other. So we will stay on board on this battle and try not to miss any action. But oh god, they got close. They got really close. Saunter and Van der Waal, and Prentice nearly seized an opportunity to get past get past Saunter. Again, buys his time, but now we got Van der Waal and Saunter side by side. Saunter has got the inside of Van der Waal. Surely he's going to take that position away from him. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Prentice just behind as well. So he's looking to use that slipstream, and a double whammy there for Van der Waal as he loses 2 positions to Saunter and Prentice. Oh my God, door bashing there. Oh, and again, Sky Adrian nearly going into the back of the duo there, and there is contact. There is contact between Prentice and Van der Waal, and Prentice does lose a position to Van der Waal. So it's all changing hands at the moment in this midfield section. Wow, this is a very a lot of action going off at the moment. Cannot take my eyes off of this battle. Oh my god, and you know, little bit of contact I think between Sky Adrian and Apprentice for was it P9 and 10. Ben Milden is up into P10. Hold on, that's Mr. White Smurf. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong person. That was Vortel. Vortel must have had a collision with maybe Friedman or Robbo Fernker. So we've missed something there, but Vortel, Friedman and Furka in the pits. Is that for the mandatory pit stop? I think it was for the mandatory pit stop there. So that is my mistake there. I thought there might have been an incident, but it looks like it's just you know, a timed pit stop by the looks of it. Okay, let's go back up to the top then. So Morex is the leader at the moment. Goes a little bit sideways actually, just getting the sort of end shot of that move there. So he is going to lose a bit of time because he did have a 4.2 lead over Busov, but I suspect that is probably down to about 1.5 seconds now. We will see as we cross the line. Morex has set the fastest lap time currently, but that is, what is that down to? Oh, okay, maybe not as close as I thought. 3.7 seconds is the lead then, but he did lose a second with that squirrely moment out of the exit there. Then we've got Critico actually. Well, there's 2 cars quite close together there. So we'll see what happens. In fact, what has happened? Now that is Van der Waal. Van der Waal's gone wide. Van der Waal must have lost a couple of positions there because he has lost. Well, he was up into, what was he, P5 before, wasn't he? So, or P6. So he has lost out on 2 positions. Kelly, welcome, by the way. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's, where else are we? So we've got MGK very close to the back of Godefroy in P4. It is, well, it's 2.5 tenths it is between each other. Let's get on board here. So at the moment, Godefroy is fending off MGK, who is in P5. He's only going to take 1 mistake though, and is that Critico in front of him? That is Critico in front, who's must have made a mistake. He must have made a mistake because that was a 4-second gap then. So Critico is only 1 second behind Busov. Busov between the leader Morex and Busov is nearly 4 seconds, but Critico is 1 second behind Busov with that might be a different car. That might be a back marker, maybe someone who has pit, maybe. Just trying to think. It might be Vortel actually. No, it's not Vortel. Or Robbo Fernker. I think it might be Robbo Fernker. Let me just swap the cameras over. I'm sure that is a back marker anyway. So that was what was confusing me there, because same liveries. Yeah, we've got an interesting battle going on here for P3 then. So Godefroy. Is it Godefroy? Is it MGK? Oh, no, sorry. MGK on Godefroy. So there's a 2.5 gap between them both. So MGK is piling the pressure on Godefroy at the moment, but Godefroy is retaining that pressure. He is standing up to that pressure. So doing an excellent job in P4. MGK is going to have to bide his time, but we have got Luke Prentice, who has made up positions then up into P7. He is currently just under a second behind Saunzer in P7, so doing an absolute excellent job. He's gone up, I believe, 8 positions from qualifying, so we're doing a really, really fine job in this race. We have done just over 10 minutes of the race, so we still got 49 minutes to go, so a lot can happen in this time. But then we have got a train of cars here, so we've got Law in P8, of course, had that accident at the start of the race, lost many positions, but does find himself up into P8. Yes, he does need to make a pit stop, but he's doing an excellent job climbing up the field again. Then we got Sky Adrian, P9, Moggs in P10, so we've got a little bit of a battle brewing here between P9 and P10, and Moggs, oh my god, nearly goes into the back of Adrian there. So oh, but looking to seize an opportunity. I thought he was going to stick a nose up the inside there, but thinks better of it. And Milden lurking in the background as well in P11, just a second adrift of Moggsy. Then we've also got Thomas in P12 with Brandon Glover and Flying Frome for company, and Postel as well. So we've got a 4-way battle for P12 at the moment, so I'm not really sure who to keep my eye on at the moment, because Moggs is very close, in very close proximity to Sky Adrian, but I sense that there is going to be a move somewhere along the lines, and that is... Oh yes, sorry, Thomas went wide there. Brandon Glover up the inside, and also as well Flying Frome as well. So he loses out on 2 positions in one corner. There was a little bit of contact, but not enough to spin out the car there. So I think that would be deemed as just a little bit of door bashing. Like I say, no harm done there. But I'm just waiting for the leaderboard to change hands. It has now. So Brandon Glover, P12, Flying Frome, P13. Thomas demoted down into P14. Postel will maybe need to wait his turn to make the move on Thomas, should he struggle even further. Let's have a look. Any other battles on track? We still got 3 temps separating Godefroy and MGK for the battle for P4. Prentice as well, very close to the back of Saunzer as well in P7. Oh, and he goes up the outside of Saunzer. So he did flash his lights there. Was there an incident before? He had I'm sure, was that the hazard lights or was that the brakes? Maybe that was the brakes. I'm not sure what happened though. It looked like a very easy pass there from Prentice. So he goes up into P6 now. Saunzer down into P7, and Law, well, he does go a little bit wide out of that exit there, so he will lose a little bit of time. But a sense that, that gap has come down to 1.7 seconds now. So, thank you, Raven. Thank you, Raven. So, White Smurf is the fastest man on the circuit right now. Finds himself in P20. Of course, was got the pole position time in qualifying. Had that nasty accident. Kind of feel sorry for him, really, because it was Law's fault. He was the driver to go into the back of him, and inadvertently he did spin and go off the circuit. So White Smurf is playing catch up, has already made a pit stop, of course, but is definitely playing catch up, but doing a fine job at that because he has set the fastest lap time so far. Okay, so then we've got Postel then, so still on the back of Thomas in P15 at the minute, just coming around the last turn, and, oh my god, gets him. Oh, okay, maybe Thomas is going into the pits. Okay, got excited for a moment there. So Postel up into P14, but of course does need to pit. So maybe Thomas trying the undercut. We'll see what happens later on during the race. We've also got Ben Milden up into the top 10 now. Godefroy still on the back of MGK in P5. So this battle is forever brewing. We have got 44 minutes left of the race, 43 minutes left of the pit window to go. Of course, pit window opens after the first minute of the race and then closes 1 minute before the end of the race, so plenty of time to get your pit stops in. Let's go up to the top then. So we got Morex leading the pile after what will be 11 laps now. He is leading Busov by about 4 seconds. Now, is that White Smurf in front of Busov? Yes, it is. So White Smurf not messing about. Busov, although technically it's blue flags at the moment, isn't it? But White Smurf is a very fast man, and it will take a lot for Busov to get past him unless he does decide to pull to the side. There is 2 cars in front because it's Morex, and then there's a car about to be lapped. I think that must be, I don't know, that is Fernco, is it? I think that might be, no, it's not Fernco. Or is it Thomas? It might be Thomas. Okay. So, so Busov, well, I don't know if he's losing time at the moment. He's saying 2.6 seconds, though. So actually, Morex is losing time here. So he's lost about a second in the last sort of half a lap here. So maybe getting a little bit held up at the minute. Drivers should be adhering to the blue flags. But Critico in P3, 8 tenths behind Busov now. So he has closed that gap. Then we got MGK a further 6.2 seconds behind in P4. Godefroy actually losing a little bit of time to MGK, so it's so it's up to about a second now. And then Prentice doing an excellent job so far in P6. Songs up P7. Law actually just behind, is he? Hold on. What am I missing? Maybe Law made a move on Saunzer then. So I think I missed that. Law up into P7 then. Saunzer down into P8. Sky Adrian in P9. Milden in P10. And that, I think I'm missing out on something here because Critico is less than half a second behind Busov at the minute. Looking to put all sorts of pressure on, of course, and we was kind of worried about this, that there will be traffic depending on when the drivers do take their pit stops. So Critico, one mistake really from Busov, and Critico will get that P2 away from him. So we'll see what happens, but do you know what? I'm not sure what's in the rule book here, guys, but I'm pretty sure that if a car is on or getting a blue flag waved and they are less than a second in front, they do need to pull to the side. So White Smurf going, I think White Smurf actually just went wide there rather than pulling to the side, but nevertheless Busov and Critico will peel in front of him. So Busov under extreme pressure right now as we come up to turn 2 at Druids, And oh my god, Busov going a little bit wide. Then Critico getting a much better exit out of Druidsby, coming up to Graham Hill Bend. And they are literally neck and neck right now. Literally neck and neck. Morex, meanwhile, is he just literally got in front, is he? I mean, that gap has come down all the same, though. 1.9 seconds it is between Morex and Busov. And then Critico just 0.3 behind in P3 behind Busov. So there is definitely a battle going on for the leader of the race. Yeah, he was getting a tow from Smurf, but I'm pretty sure he was supposed to step aside, I think, but I don't know. I'm just the commentator anyway, guys. I just call it out how I see it. But you know, if anyone has got the rule book, then please do confirm to me what the actual rules are. Okay, just reading the chat then. Sorry guys, I have missed out because there's been a lot of action on Baldwin. Critico bit deep on the brakes and goes wide into the kitty litter. And is that no, that wasn't MGK. That was Smurf, I think, going past. He's going to close that gap on Critico then. That was a big mistake from Critico. Fair play to him for moving out the way, because he would have taken out Busov had he have gone straight. So that is fair play from Critico. But now a sigh of relief for Busov, as he does actually close that gap to Morex. It is now 1.2 seconds, but he does have a lapped car in front of him. I'm pretty sure when it's safe to do so, the lapped car does need to move out of the way. Do you know what, guys? I nearly missed it because I turned my head to the chat, and then all of a sudden, yeah, big moment at turn one there. So, yeah, really unlucky there from Critico. It's easily done. But, you know, it's still an excellent drive so far in P3. Also, who have we got now? We've got Adrian getting quite close to the back of Sunza for the battle of P8. We've also got Ben Milden not too far behind, looking to sweep up should there be any mistakes or any incidents that may occur in front. Did make a slight mistake out of Sheens though, so that will drop him back a little bit further, but nevertheless still in the hunt for P8. Then we've got Frying Foam in P11. Brandon Glover looking to apply the pressure to I keep saying Frying Foam, but it's Flying Foam. So yeah, Brandon Glover looking to rise up the field, but currently in P12. And Vortel, you could say, is currently leading in terms of the drivers that have made a pit stop. Currently in P15, he's 4.2 seconds behind P14, the last of the drivers who have not made a pit stop. But yeah, Busov getting very close to the back of Morex then. I did say at the start of the programme that Busov may be one to watch in this race, because I've been very impressed with his driving for the Sprint Series. So he's definitely used the sort of traffic to his advantage, and now he's probably about half a second now, I think, between himself and Morex now. And indeed, there we go, just under half a second is the difference, and now that gap is closing because Morex goes a little bit deep into the braking zone. So going into turn two, and oh my god, Busov actually going a little bit too late on the brakes there, nearly contact. So yeah, maybe we'll lose the gap slightly, but I've got to say that Busov looks like the more sort of he made the mistake there, but I was going to say that he looks the more comfortable driver at the moment. It's looking like Morex is being a little bit nervy and going a little bit slower around the corners. That my point is that that gap has still come down after the mistake from Busov at turn 4, I think it was. So, yeah, just coming through Westfield now at turn 6. Look at that now. They are bumper to bumper as we approach Sheen's curve. There is traffic in front, but he does pull to the side, so fair play to him. So we can still get on with this race. And Busov actually got early on the brakes to try and get a better run out of McLean's. And yeah, Busov might have a good run on him here. Gets a really good class curve there. Uses that slipstream. Morex is going to defend the inside. He's going to be very brave and maybe try and hang it around the outside. No, he thinks better of it. Tries the switcheroo. Can he make the switcheroo work? Because he's got the door open, and Busov takes the opportunity and up into the lead of the race. That's a fantastic move there from Busov there on Morex. And yeah, Morex has to concede to Busov, and yeah, we have a new leader. But MGK, he's 5 seconds down. I thought that might have been him in the background there. But yeah, excellent move there from Busov. So now it's just a case of Busov trying to pull ahead, because it did look like he had more pace over Morex. But Morex, you know, having a great race still, obviously was leading for so long. Looking to, you know, maybe try to settle in and at least stay on the back of Busov. But yeah, fantastic there from Busov. So let's have a look at a little bit further down the... Whoa, I was going to say a little bit further down the grid, but it looked like Busov made a slight mistake there, because Morex did close in on him after McLean's. I don't even think it's called McLean's, is it, that turn? But it's turn 8 anyway. But yeah, that gap is extending now. So I think it might be safe enough to look further down the grid. So we'll look at Saunzer then, who is less than a second behind. Yeah, less than a second, sorry, behind Adrian. I thought there was a driver swap there, but it's Ben Milden that is just behind. So there is an interesting battle between these three drivers for P7. Yeah, Sky Adrian nowhere near Law. Prentice actually up into P5, guys. And Law is up into P6. So, yeah. So, Law had the accident but didn't actually pit. So, I don't know if Law has got any damage. Maybe he got away with it. I'm not sure. But considering where he was at the end of lap 1, has made many positions here. So, doing an excellent recovery job. But, yeah, Prentice again. Very impressive. Up into P5, of course, qualified from P15. So with nearly half the race gone, he's doing a fantastic job here. But yeah, Saunzer just under a second behind Sky Adrian in P8. Then we got Ben Milden, who has... he's kept that gap to a second for quite a long time now. So Ben Milden doing an excellent job in P9 as well. We've got Flying Throne in P10 with Brandon Glover not too far behind in P11 actually. So half a second it is behind Flying Throne. And then, yeah, just looking down the field at the moment. So we got Critico in P14. Of course, he has pitted now. So it'd be interesting to see where he fares once everyone does pit. I'm not 100% sure how long the time spent in the pit lane is once you put, you know, a change of tyres. Maybe you know, a splash of fuel as well. It'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, Vortel is behind Critico at the moment. 3.6 seconds is the gap there. Thomas finds himself half a second behind Van der Waal, and Friedman is he? No, it's not just in front. Okay. So Van der Waal from Thomas, Robbo Fernker, yeah, quite a bit further down the field. Mr. White Smurf has he made a mistake at some point, or has he always been in P20? I'm not really sure. But he is going past, what car is that? He's going past, I'm trying to find the number, it's 18. So car number 18 is Moggs. So he's actually unlapped himself there from Moggs. So White Smurf is on a charge, but unfortunately quite a bit further back. So once the drivers in front have made their pit stop, we'll see exactly where he comes out and how much progression he's made. Yeah, so at the moment Poppyseal is the last car in the grid, but again, it's hard to really call where the positions are until these drivers do pit. So currently at the moment Busov is leading the race. It is now 6.6 seconds to MGK. Now it was Busov from, who was it? Busov from Morex. So Morex is in the pits now. So Morex has entered the pits and is taking, or actually just exiting the pits, sorry. So he's made his mandatory pit stop there. So comes back out on the track in P12. I would imagine Busov will be coming in quite shortly, but Oh, okay, that was a lapped car then. I thought for a moment there that was MGK. That was off the side of the track there. But yeah, MGK 6.8 seconds behind Busov. Busov is, no, he stayed out. He stayed out. So we got Godefroy in P3 at the moment, who is 2.9 seconds behind MGK. So that means that he is about 9 seconds behind. That is Prentice just behind, isn't it? So Prentice is 2 tenths behind Godefroy, and he is making a charge right now. So all over the back of that back bumper from Godefroy there. Prentice putting all sorts of pressure on him at the moment as they try to siphon their way through the traffic. Oh my God, Prentice, you don't want to do that, man. Go dipping a wheel onto the grass there. Yeah, Prentice, he's definitely a man on the move, and it's only going to be one little mistake from Godefroy for Prentice to grab that P3 away from him. Now, of course, guys, what I have learnt as well is that Prentice is on a controller, unbelievably, and I find that like amazing, really. Because I don't think I could drive anywhere near the sort of level that he is producing out on this circuit. You know, this game really was meant for, you know, racing wheels and pedals. So amazing skills here for Prentice's. Nearly contact, but I think it's a Godefroy gone in. Yeah, Godefroy's gone into the pits, but nearly contact between them. I don't think Prentice had any idea that Godefroy was going into the pits, but Prentice up into P3 now. So yeah, the drivers are starting to come in. So there is only, I think there is, well, Sky Adrian is in as well. It's Ben Milden. No, Ben Milden has stayed out. So there is currently only 6 drivers that haven't made their pit stops so far. So this is where the race starts to unravel. So definitely going on a long first stint then for these 6 drivers. So yeah, it's quite spaced out on here. So MGK, I'm waiting for it to update. So hold on, where have we got Busov? So Busov is car number 95. So there is a lapped car. In fact, that number 18 is Mogsy, isn't it? So Mogsy, car 18. Then it's the Ferrari 233 MGK just coming onto clearways now. So yeah, 7 seconds is the gap between them. And yeah, as I said, guys, this rain hasn't ended yet. This rain is still going. It's still quite drizzly. The track is still quite greasy as MGK does finally come into the pits from P2. Also Busov as well, also in the pits as well. So Prentice is provisionally the race leader at the moment, but of course will need to take his pit stop quite shortly. So Ben Milden also staying out as well. So Ben Milden will be now P2. Flying Throme is in P3, and then we got Brandon Glover P4. So this will hopefully give me an opportunity to actually start reading your comments now, guys. So, where am I on the commentary? I really appreciate the compliments there, Kelly, if you're still there. I do apologise that I'm taking quite a long time to get to the comments, but with 22 drivers to look after, very, very difficult to look away from it. And obviously, I don't want to miss any action. So, and we've also got Brandon Glover now on the back of a Flying Throne. You see what I mean, guys? So, Brandon Glover just over 2.5. Well, it says 2.5 tenths. I think it's a lot closer than that. I think it's more like a tenth off here. Literally, it's like you could maybe just about fit an A4 sheet of paper between them. I mean, it's that close. Doing an excellent job here. They've been neck and neck for pretty much the whole race here. It has literally been cat and mouse between them. That is Ben Milden, I think, coming in, isn't it? So Ben Milden comes in from P2, Luke Prentice still out. So yeah, the battle on track at the moment is actually I was going to say that, but Law is on the bumper of Godefroy now. So Law is in P11. So now the race is starting to unravel because there is 23 minutes left of the race with only 3 cars that have not stopped yet. We are now starting to see the race, take shape now. So yeah, Law is about a couple of attempts down on Godefroy, which is absolutely nothing as we go into turn 1 of lap 25. And he's God, very close to the back of him. Just about gets it stopped, but this is going to put all kinds of pressure on Godefroy now. I know that I would be a man that is very nervous and wouldn't want to put a foot wrong and checking the mirrors all the time as well. That is where you lose your concentration. And Law looks to get a good exit out of Surtees. He does indeed. He's got that slipstream to Godefroy. I don't think he can make the move here though as we approach Westfield. There is also traffic in front, so we have got a lapped car, I believe. I did see the blue flag, so can't take my eyes off of this at the moment. It's surely only a matter of time before Law does make this work. Law actually up into P10 now as well, so we must have had another driver, or I think maybe it was from Ben Milden, I think. So that is why they've moved up position. So Law, what can I say? He's been all over the back of Godefroy for the last lap or so. Godefroy is withstanding the pressure, although he does go a little bit deep. Maybe he was just taking a wider line. Oh, yeah, he has gone deep on the brakes there. And Law, surely, up the inside, will take that position away from him, perhaps. No, he doesn't. So Godefroy defended hard. Oh, no, but Godefroy has gone wide. So Law will definitely go up the inside of Godefroy and take that P9 position away from him. But I suspect that Godefroy is not done here. He manages to get a good exit out of Surtees. So has got that slipstream from Law. Surely he's not going to send it there, though. No, he backs out of it, gets on the brakes early. And I think that is that. I think Law should be able to pull away from him now. But what a battle, though, guys. What a battle. Okay. Let me... yeah, look. You see, look, go for it. As I talk, goes wide out of Sheen's curve. So, yeah, maybe a slight commentator's curse there. So, yeah, so, get back to the comments now. So, blue flags in GT racing are advisory, not mandatory. Just letting you know it's quick. It's a quick car that you are not racing behind. Right, okay, thank you for clearing that up, Drovda. Oh, they do have in-house rules. Right, thank you, John. Yeah, this is where I wasn't sure, and I'm pretty sure I read it somewhere on their Discord server that you had to... I think someone asked the question where can I unlap myself, or if I am... Oh, flying foam! Catches a wheel on the grass there and spins out, and where was looking like... In fact, was he... Hold on. Was Brandon Glover in front of Flying Foam? Or was it... I think it might have been the other way round. The Flying Foam spun out, so Brandon Glover then overtook him. I was half looking at chat, half not focusing on the race there. But Brandon Glover does come into the pits. Flying Foam and Prentice also in the pits. So that means that Critico is now the new leader of the race. Busov is now in second, so he is 3.5 seconds down on Critico. So Critico is the leader of the race then. Then we got Morex in P3, who is 2.5 seconds down on Busov. Then Vortel, and this was the man that I kind of tipped that could win the race here. Finds himself in P4 at the moment, but he is roughly, how many seconds now? He is about... I think he's about 8 seconds behind the leader. So, you know, not too far behind, but perhaps not in a very favourable position, and is also 4.6 seconds behind Morex, who has the last podium position. So we got MGK in P5, 2.2 seconds behind him. Prentice, who is 1.4 seconds behind MGK in P6. Then we've got Law in P7. Godefroy in P8, Sky Adrian in P9, which is actually quite a big gap between P8 and 9. Then we've got Will Friedman in P10, who is a further 5 seconds behind Sky Adrian. Ben Milden finds himself in P11, so 1.4 seconds down on Friedman. Then we've got Brandon Glover in P12, 2.2 seconds adrift of him. So there is quite a big spread of cars now as we get to the closing stages of this race. We've got Mogsy in P13. He goes a little bit wide out of Westfield. And then we've got Saunza, who is looking to close the gap then. So 7/10 behind in P14. Big gap to Flying Foam in P15, Van der Vaughan P16, Postal P17, and we've got Mr. White Smurf in the pits. Now, did I read correctly? There was 2 pit stops in this race, or has White Smurf quit the race? I am not 100% sure there. I do need to go back on board with Saunza though, because Saunza has got a good run out of the last exit. Gets on the brakes a little bit early, maybe trying to set himself up into turn 1. No, he did actually lose a bit of time. Mogsy got a good exit, but then doesn't do so well in turn 2. Gets a little bit deep on the brakes. Saunza will close that gap through the turn 3 there. And then coming up to turn 4, this is an all-important corner here. This sets you up for the straight. And yeah, Mogsy actually gets a better exit. I can't see Saunza closing the gap by the time we get to Westfield. So yeah, that battle is going to keep brewing on and on. So let's get back on board with Critico then. So Critico has a 2-second lead over Busov. It is 2 seconds at the moment. Let's try and get a better a better overview. So yeah, the black and red 52 McLaren of Critico doing an awesome job in the lead at the moment, but cannot rule out Busov, of course, because Busov is just 2 seconds down the road from him. So Critico cannot rest on his laurels. He is going to have to be on his toes and keep to that consistent pace that he's shown throughout the whole race. We've got more XP3 with a little bit more of a gap now, so it is 4.6 second gap between him and Busov in P2 and 3 respectively, and then we've got a 4.3. Hold on. Okay, that might have... No, it's not a mess up. So Vortel has been caught from MGK, so maybe Vortel may have made a mistake. So MGK is it's less than half a second. It's more like 2 or 3 tenths now. So MGK, he's looking good here. I mean, Vortel, he to be honest, Vortel is one of them drivers that does well under pressure. It's very rare to see him make a mistake in the previous races that I've witnessed. But all the same, Vortel has got his car in front of MGK, and it is MGK's job to try and make a crafty move on him. So currently 3 to 4 tenths is the gap. It's 3 tenths now. So MGK looking to get a good exit. They both get a good exit, but MGK is going to have that slipstream down this straight. So he will be able to close the gap. He's not going to be able to make the move. But as we approach Westfield now, to be fair, both of them great lines out of... in fact, that's not Westfield, is it? That's Hawthorne. Now this is Westfield. And then we come to Sheen's curve. And yeah, Vortel went a little bit wide on entry. So that means MGK will pile on the pressure. Now gets a very, very good exit out of turn 8 as well. And they are bumper to bumper right now. Vortel quite late on the brakes, but actually did an excellent job of stopping that car. And like I say, he's withstanding that pressure. All MGK can do at the moment is just stay to the back of him and maybe hope that Vortel does leave the door open for him as we approach turn 1 of lap 32. But so far, yeah, Vortel, he's not letting me down. Vortel, as I said, very, very consistent driver, and I'll be very surprised if I see a mistake from him. And I'm not trying to curse him with my commentary, because, you know, I've been accused of that many a time in previous races, but he's doing an excellent job here at the minute. But MGK, look at how close they are. So close. MGK sticking a nose on the inside, maybe just you know, try to be big in Vortel's mirrors to try and put him off. Vortel is having none of it right now, and actually gets a better exit out of Sheen's as well. And out of turn 8, and look at that. Both of them, fantastic driving there. And oh, I'm going to have to get on board of... Oh, actually, Vortel went a little bit wide, but didn't lose anything. But I need to have a look at Busov now, because he's only 8 tenths behind Critico. So he's really closed that gap in. Wow. Wow, this race literally could go down to the wire. Oh man, I don't know what to stay on, guys. We got MGK literally not leaving Vortel alone. He is like a wasp. He's being that annoying pest that will not leave Vortel alone. And oh well, I mean, as I said, this is all he can do. We know about MGK actually through the sprint series. I've seen many a close battle between MGK and Kobe alerts, and in the night conditions where, again, tricky conditions, and there was no contact between them and very, very close racing, and this is exactly the same. So MGK, a very reliable and safe driver, but yeah, come on, MGK surely must sense a move sooner rather than later. But yeah, Vortel defending well, but it looks like MGK got a better exit. Surely he's going to make a move here. Surely a move down Paddock Hill bend. Oh, I thought Vortel left the door open, but it was that kind of slow in, fast out approach where he sort of took the wide line and cut back in. I think MGK saw the approach that Vortel was making there, and didn't actually go for the move, but does remain very close to the back of him. That's a Busov though, because it looks like he had a great exit out of Surtees, all over the back of Critico now. Critico's going to defend the inside line for Hawthorne Bend. So there was only ever going to be one winner there, but same rule applies to Busov, trying to put all sorts of pressure on Critico, hoping that he's going to make a mistake in these right-hand turns as we go over Sheens, but actually it's Busov that took a little bit too much of the curb, and that made the car a little bit unsettled, and that dropped him back a couple of tenths, but still in that tow, still in that slipstream, and that's a good exit from Busov. So that gap is going to come tumbling down. I think it's roughly about 2.5 tenths at the moment. Yeah, it is just over 2.5 tenths as we go through Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, it gets a bit closer to the back of him. So Critico's going to take the inside line and defend for his life. And Busov trying to... Well, it looked like he was trying to go for the cutback, but Critico closed the door on him. So Busov is going to have to buy this time, although Critico went a little bit wide there. We'll have to be careful because doesn't want to get a penalty for abusing track limits. But Busov, yes, gets a good exit out of Surtees. It would take a very brave man to go for a move here, so I think, yeah, he's going to back off for now. But it's only going to take one little mistake from Critico for Busov to grab the lead from him. But so far, so good from Critico, doing an excellent job as we approach Sheen's curve. That's a good exit from him. We've got 7 minutes left of the race. So we are talking a matter of probably 5 laps to go, depending on when they come across the line, as opposed to as the clock countdown. Can't get my words out there. Depending on when they come across the line to when the time falls, will determine how many laps they've got left. So this is looking, yeah, this is looking. Oh yeah. Oh! We've missed something here, haven't we? We've missed something here because Vortel is down in P6 and Morex in P7. Luke Prentice is now P4. Law is P5. So we've missed an incident there as we was on board with Busov, hoping for some sort of drama to unfold. Maybe there was contact between Vortel and Morex. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm clutching at straws at the minute, but there is a big battle behind. So we got Prentice, Law, Vortel and Morex in a train of... No, not in a train of cars, because Vortel is 2.9 seconds behind. So it is between Prentice and Law. Prentice will be... Hold on. That is MGK. So MGK's made a mistake as well. And look at this now. MGK just in front of Prentice with Law just behind Prentice as well. So Prentice putting all sorts of pressure on MGK. But MGK is going to fight for his life in P3. Wow, what do we cut to? Oh my god. Busov is 3 turns behind Critico in P2. But we've got something brewing here. Prentice is not going to let go of this. Currently P4. He wants that podium away from MGK. And of course, Law is just behind to sweep up should there be any incidents between the two. So... oh my god, Busov though. Busov's got an excellent exit out of Sheens. I don't think... not Sheens, sorry. Surtees. So I don't think he's going to go for it for now. So he's going to have to back off. MGK is still holding off Prentice and Law. So let's go back to Busov. Oh my god. We have got 4 minutes 40 left of the race. What is going to happen in these closing stages here at Brands Hatch GP? Who have you got your bets on? I mean, I feel like Prentice, and I've always said that Prentice was a man on the move, and well, he is just in front. Busov, no, he's still going to be in front. Sorry, Critico's still going to be in front of Busov. So we've got MGK from Prentice from Law. Oh my god, I can't take my eyes off of this at the minute. Oh my god. So yeah, Busov in P2 then. Oh, he didn't get the best of exits. Meanwhile, coming up to the Graham Hill bend, then MGK is still ahead of Prentice with Law in P5. We've also got Godefroy as well in P8, all over the back of Morex. So Morex, you know, lost quite a bit of time in these closing stages, and Godefroy looking for the inside. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. They are literally side by side as we go down the straight. But more importantly, Morex has got the inside line for Hawthorne Bend. Oh, it goes around the... Wow, he goes around the outside and cuts in. And that's a great move there from Godefroy and gets into P7. Wow. Fantastic driving there. Meanwhile, Prentice still 4 tenths behind MGK with Law for company just behind. And Busov, wow, Busov is, oh my god, they are neck and neck as we come across the line to start lap 39. There is 2 minutes 44 left. I so wish I had Rob with me. They could keep up with both of these battles here. But Busov 2 tenths behind. Critico has been unbelievable in his defence of the race lead. Busov has been putting... Oh, Busov goes a bit sideways off the curb. And maybe that is race done. Maybe Critico might be able to pull away now. That is going to come down to... well, it's going to be over a second, I think. So let's have a look on board with MGK, Prentice and Law, because they are still in horns, in locked horns, should I say. And I can't take my eyes off of this. Yeah, well, actually, Busov has closed that gap a little bit. But yeah, Prentice is 4 tenths behind MGK. In fact, he's got to be less than that. Surely it's less than that, because it's looking like he's near enough on his bumper now. Law also following suit from Prentice. Oh, Law closing right in on Prentice now. Law is not done here. We have got 1 minute 20 something left here. So by the time they come across the line, This is the last lap, guys. This is the last lap. So Critico is leading Busov from 3/10 from Busov in second, sorry. Then we got Oh, no, sorry. That was a Lab's car there getting out of the way. But Prince is taking advantage here. Prince is up the inside. He's up the inside of MGK. And Princess is up into P3 with Law having to sort of stick behind from MGK. I think MGK is going to come fight it back because this is the last lap. So he's literally all or nothing. And that is what MGK does. And oh my God, nearly contact. There is contact, so MGK up the inside of Princess, and wow, MGK up into P3. That contact has resulted in Princess losing another position to Law in P4, and this race is not done, but we still got Busov and Critico like literally bumper to bumper. So what do we keep an eye on here, guys? Wow, this is absolutely fantastic race in the closing stages. Critico, though, more importantly, though, has got the lead to Busov, and it is looking likely that Critico is going to win this race of race 3 of the Taco Tuesday at Brands Hatch. So congratulations to Critico with P2 to Busov, and now it's going to be that's Princess in P3, MGK P4, and Law in P5. So we missed the end of that race because we had to stay on board with the first and second battle there. But what a race! And Vortel comes home in P6 with Godefroy in P7, Morex in P8, Sky Adrian in P9, and Milden in P10. Oh my God, my voice is really sore now because I don't know how loud I was on the mic there, guys, but my God, that was an exciting end to race 3 at Brands Hatch. Friedman gets P11, Moggs in P12, Salzer P13, Flying Throne P14, Postal in P15, Thomas in P16, Robbo, Furco in P... In fact, they haven't finished, have they? So... Songs are just coming across the line now for P13. Flying Throne is on the... Oh, that must... No, what? What's happened to Flying Throne? Because he's not... All right, okay, let's look at the confirmed race results because I was a little bit confused at the end there. I will quickly save the replay as well. So just bear with me, guys. But oh my God. I am absolutely exhausted after all that, guys. What a fantastic race that was. Okay, let's quit that and then let's get to the standings. Whew, okay. So, I think it's provisional race results at the moment, guys, because I feel there might be a few tickets thrown in the hat into the steward's office. So what we can say at the moment is that Critico got the race win ahead of Busov. It was literally 3/10 between them. I mean, unbelievable. Our race, 3/10 between first and second. Absolutely incredible. P3 goes to Prentice then. Wow, which was a 0.5 second gap between himself and MGK in P4, and then Law in P5, who finished 2/10 behind MGK in P5. Vortel grabs P6 with Godefroy in P7. Then we had Morex in P8 with Sky Adrian in P9. Then it was Ben Milden who actually grabbed the top 10 position in the end, with Will Friedman in P11 ahead of Mogsy in P12. Then we had Saunzer in P13 ahead of Flying Throne, which was like literally 3/10 between them. So we couldn't even keep an eye on these two battles here between Will Friedman and Mogsy, and Saunzer and Flying Throne. Absolutely incredible, guys. Postal in P15, Thomas in P16, Fernco in P17, ahead of Van der Voort, which was only 2/10 separating them as well. Then we had Poppy Seal in P19 ahead of Ghost Assassin in P20. I assume that Brandon Glover and White Smurf may have had damage and didn't finish the race. But what an absolute cracking race we had there. I want to quickly confirm that we did save the highlights there. So just pretty sure it is saved, but we'll do it again just in case. I think that's saved. All right, let's go then. But yeah, guys, I don't know what you guys thought about that, but oh my god, that was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Let me read your comments now, guys. I haven't had a chance all race really. It's just yeah, just can't get over how interesting that race was. So, what an ending to the race. Great commentary. Thank you, driver. I really appreciate that. And yeah, what a race, Raven. What a race. Great racing, of course, Bill. Keegs as well, welcome. I didn't know you was lurking, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that too. And yeah, this is the highlights here, guys, and this will probably show me as well what I missed because yeah, unbelievable scenes, guys, unbelievable. Great job on the... Thank you, Bill. I really appreciate it. Guys, all the compliments. It really means so much to me. This is the first time we've ever done a solo gig in the FRL series. So, but, you know, the drivers, it was all down to the drivers, guys. They put on the show for us tonight. And, you know, I only react to what I say. And, yeah, it was just an absolute phenomenal race. It makes you want to sing. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Okay, so I do need to run you. So I will get the highlights back on, guys, but let me do the calendar quickly. Because I need to tell you about next week's race. So next week... So next week we are at the Circuit of the Americas, August the 8th. So Tuesday, August the 8th. Note that in your diary. I believe it's going to be a 90-minute race this time, though. But same 15-minute quali starting at 8:30. What I know about the track is I believe it is roughly, I think it was 3.84. In fact, let me have a look at my phone. I've lost my notes, guys. This is the problem. I've lost my notes, which has really put me out of joint here. But let me just quickly have a look what I did save. So in fact, so the Circuit of the Americas is 20 turns and it is 3.4 miles in length. Now, I believe that the Circuit of the Americas has got a little bit of everything because it has technical corners, it's got long straights, it's got big braking zones. So I'm really hoping it's going to be an absolute cracking race next week. But yeah, definitely note that in the calendar, guys. August the 8th on the Tuesday, 8:15 p.m. Is when to tune in for that. Okay. So yeah, guys, I've got to say a big thank you to all the drivers that competed tonight. You know, I'm going to keep repeating it. That is one of the best races I've probably seen in a very, very long time. It just shows you the level of these pro drivers, of when they're all on top form, what kind of racing we can have in Taco Tuesday. Of course, this being the first time we've commentated on Taco Tuesday, really, really looking forward to the next one. And also, we've got to say big thank you to FRL, because without FRL, these races wouldn't be happening. So big shout out to FRL, as well as the sponsors as well. But mostly though, I got to thank you guys for watching, you guys for keeping me company. It's, you know, as I said, yeah, it's just been absolutely amazing, and you know, yeah, without your support, guys, you know, it would be very hard for me to do comms tonight. So thank you so much to you guys. Next week, of course, Circuit of the Americas. So I hope to see you there, August the 8th at 8:15 p.m. But that is me done for tonight. So good night to you all. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll speak soon. Good night, everyone.